Renovating a 5-inch gauge sweet pea steam locomotive. Part 6. Once the paint had dried on the right hand side steam chest cover, I made a new gasket for it. This is a simple job and sometimes I use a hole punch. In this episode I used 2 different sized twist drills. I will explain the reason for this in the video. I refit the snifting valve and blanking plug to the cover and also reconnect the steam pipe after cleaning it up. This clip shows the newly painted steam chest cover sat on top of some commercial gasket material. The paint is dry and hard because I left the steam chest cover on the central heating radiator all day. Making gaskets is not difficult. Making gaskets properly is a little bit more difficult. Here I'm drawing around the steam chest cover using a pencil. When I cut this out, I will have to remember to cut on the inside of the line because there's a bit of a gap between the pencil and the steam chest cover. I'm also using the pencil to mark through the holes, being careful not to mark the steam chest cover with the pencil. In common with a lot of things in my videos, this is a very unengineering way of doing the job, but it works for me. There is no right or wrong way to do a job, provided the job, when it's finished, suits its purpose. I will generally try and adopt a simple option. Although drilling this gasket material wasn't as simple as I thought, because the drill bit kept grabbing it. You do have to be very careful doing this. The gasket material is quite fragile, and you need to make sure that the drill bit is positioned precisely in the centre of the marks that you made on the gasket material. There is always a problem when drilling gaskets, and that is the burr that is created around the hole. It can be removed fairly easily on some fine wet-dry sandpaper, but it's a bit of a pain. And here I'm doing just that on a piece of 600 grit wet-dry sandpaper. Once I'd done that though, some of the burrs were still there, and that is why I re-drilled the holes in the gasket material using 1 imperial size larger drill. This didn't put too much stress on the gasket and removed the burrs entirely. It generally depends on the thickness of the gasket material. The thicker the material, the more burrs you get. Now I need to cut the centre out of the gasket. Some people leave centres in place, but that's not a good idea because they get soggy after a while and the gasket decomposes and drops into the mechanism. Besides, in this application there are 2 holes in the steam chest cover, one for a blanking plug and one for the snifting valve. This Stanley knife blade is almost new and it's very sharp, and it's taking quite a while to get through the gasket. This gasket material is quite tenacious stuff. As you can see, it took several passes to completely separate the 2 parts of the gasket. To be fair though, I'm not putting that much pressure on because I don't want the knife to slip. Here's a shot of the steam chest with the cover removed, and it shows the valve inside it. What I'm doing here is fitting the gasket, and I'm using some oil just to make it a little bit more pliable. Caution, oil is okay and certain sealants are okay, but do not use silicone sealant, whatever you do. It's okay for some applications, but not in this case. The holes are quite a snug fit on the studs, and you have to be careful you don't tear the gasket when you fit it. The best thing to do is to use the steam chest cover to press it into position, like this. I'm using the cloth just to wipe away some oil residue. The way I normally do it is to fit the corner nuts first. This seems logical, just to make sure that the steam chest cover is level. After this, I fit the rest of the washers and the nuts. And now it's top tip time. The problem with gaskets is they show up in between the parts that they're fitted to. So the best way to camouflage this is to use a felt tip pen. You could of course paint it in, but there's no point in doing that. I didn't need to do this bit because I'm going to paint it anyway, but a felt tip pen is a good idea. You can still see the gaskets, but at least the edges of them are black, and this makes them blend in with the paintwork. Time now to fit the steam pipe. I'm going to apply some of this stuff. It's a bit like the old Boss White plumber's jointing. I only used a small amount of this stuff on the steam pipe flange where it meets the steam chest. And here I'm tightening the nuts that hold the steam pipe flange tightly to the steam chest. I really don't think this is going to leak. The final job is to tighten the nut. I'm using a Barco spanner because it has very wide jaws. The last thing I want to do is mark this brass nut. So when you're doing a job like this, don't put too much pressure on and make sure the spanner is adjusted to the correct size. If you're lucky enough to have a wide jaw spanner that fits it that isn't of the adjustable type, it's possibly a good idea to use that. But I put a lot of trust in my Barco spanner collection. Once everything was back together, I decided to run the engine, so for the rest of the video, it's just the engine running. At this point, I would like to say, as always, stay safe, stay healthy, thanks for watching, and I hope you found it useful. Please take the time to visit my main Steam Models website and click on the section of the website that says Video Playlists. And by doing that, you can find other videos that you may like to watch. And by using the playlists, you can actually watch the videos back to back.